Yo, what's up you guys? It's Marshall here, and the past few weeks has been a little bit crazy. The only thing I've seen online or on digital media or in the media itself is about the sickness, self-isolation, and this pandemic going on. So, you know what? I thought I'd add to some of your feed, give you guys a little bit more isolation content, and give you guys a playful video on a car guy's guide to surviving self-isolation 2020. So to get this started, I'm gonna give you guys a top 5 list. And the first 2 things are gonna be about, as a car guy, how do we stay isolated? How do we practice self-isolation? So without further ado, let's get into it and let's get it started. Number 1 is car meets. So let's be honest, you guys, as car guys, we're a little bit antisocial, whether we know it or not. We kind of practice antisocial behavior on a daily basis, Really, for me, the only thing I'll wake up for, or really the only thing I have planned for that I'll wake up early for or do on the weekend is some sort of stupid car meet or some car cruise that's early in the morning and takes up most of the day. But besides that, us car guys don't really got much going on. We spend almost all of our time already working on our cars, or looking at cars, and for the most part, we don't really leave the house unless it's for some certain car social gathering. So this should be easy for you guys already. Self-isolation, avoiding large big groups, and the number one thing for us car guys to avoid is those Saturday car meetups or those monthly meetups with our car crews, our car clubs, or those car cruises that we go to on Saturdays and Sundays. But for the most part, those things can rest. We don't need to do those things. Those big car meets with 50 plus cars, those even bigger car events with 500 to 1,000 cars, Looking at cars is cool and all, but those builds will still be there and we can still check them out when this whole thing blows over. So for now, you guys, us car guys, I know it's kind of the only thing we do that we have to get us out of the house and go do something, but for the meantime, you guys, no more car meets, no more car events. So number 2 on the list now is going to be no more friends. Can't hang out with our friends anymore. Can't see anybody. Self-isolation means self-isolation. So I don't know if you guys are anything like me. As a car guy, I have 2 separate friend groups. We have our friend groups that we met through just life, growing up, work, hanging out, etc. And then we have our group of car friends. And these are guys that we've met through the car scene, and we kind of exclusively talk to them about all of our car things, which means we message them more than our normal friends a lot of the time. And for most of us, these are friends that exist solely through social media, and we only really see them in person if it's at one of those car meets or car events that we can't go to anymore. Most of the time, we only talk to these people through Instagram messaging or some sort of messaging app. And for the most part, all we do is send each other bring a trailer links for overpriced JDM cars that are selling for way too much, or for bring a trailer listings of cars that we really want but we're not going to buy, or just things that we find on Craigslist that we pretend that we're going to buy and send them to our friends and ask them if we should buy them, even though we know inside we have no intentions of buying them at all. Things like that, so not seeing your friends, etc. For us car guys, number 2, this should be easy for us, For the most part, most of our friends, we only kind of talk to them through social media to begin with, and we rarely even see in real life. So number 2, self-isolation, no more friends, no more friend groups. Us car guys, we should have that in the bag. All right, you guys, so now that we're familiar with how to practice social distancing, how to stay away from people, how to stay isolated as a car guy, the next 2 things we're going to go over is how to pass that time, how to spend that free time so it doesn't feel so boring. Garage life. So us car guys, our free time, how do we spend it already? We spend most of it in our driveways or in our garage wrenching on our cars. So self-isolation, this is the perfect time for us now that we're working from home, now that we don't have classes, now that we have school, now that we don't have anywhere to go. We finally have all that free time we've been asking for, that we've been using it as an excuse for why our car's not finished or why this part's not installed on our car. We finally have that free time. Now that we're stuck at home, can't do anything, it's time to embrace that garage life. So it's kind of funny. I was talking to my buddy out in Toronto. He's taking classes out there, and I was asking if his school's canceled, if his classes are canceled. And once we found out, when he messaged me, the first thing I responded, the first thing that I thought about was, damn, dude, you finally have time to finish your S2000 build, to get your S2000 ready for the track. Finally has time, that he's been looking for, to get all those track parts on his track build so that he can finally take his car out and go track it with that free time he never has. But I'm sure if you guys are like us, you're like my buddy, if you're like me, there's something sitting in your garage or there's something sitting in your driveway that 1000% has some sort of part, has something that you've been needing to do to it, and you just haven't gotten time for it, just haven't gotten around to it. If you're watching this video right now, I can promise you that there's some part sitting in your garage right now that needs to be installed on one of your vehicles. So, number 3, this is the time for us to take advantage of all of this free time, staying at home, doing what you already do, and that's wrenching on your car, and that's living that garage life. All right, you guys, so let's say somehow you miraculously finish your project car. You've done everything you needed to do to your car, you fixed everything on it, and it's now finished and complete. So then, now we can move on to number 4. What do we do with all that free time after we're done with the garage life? And that's going to be watch YouTube car videos, just like this one here. So if you guys are like me, or if you guys are a car guy, I'm sure what we do with our free time besides wrenching is watching car-related videos on YouTube. We just love anything car-related, and we love to eat that up. We love watching people work on the cars. We love them driving it. We love seeing builds. We love reviews on new cars, etc. Basically anything that's YouTube car related, we will watch that, as that's just what we like to do with our free time. If it's not wrenching on our cars, we like watching things about cars online. So if you guys haven't already tuned in, my favorite car video or car channel right now has to be Throttle House. I just really like their car reviews. The production quality is A1. And besides that, the two hosts of that show have a really good charisma between the two of them. And it's just a really good channel for just being a channel made for YouTube. Besides that channel, of course, watch my channel right here. Hit subscribe and stay up to date. But that's going to be number 4 on the list. It's what we already do besides wrenching on our cars in the free time. And that's just watching a bunch of YouTube car-related videos online. Now we're on to number 5, and that's going to be get out and drive. So with everyone working from home, everyone staying in, that means there's a lot less cars on the road. And what better way for us car guys to take advantage of a bad situation than getting out and driving our cars, enjoying them, going out for a little cruise by ourselves, and just sort of enjoying our vehicles. Now there's no traffic on the road, there's no way for us to turn what is normally a very pleasant occasion into an unpleasant one when we run into traffic or we're sitting in traffic that sort of ruins our morning cruises or our late night cruises by ourselves. This is a pastime that I'm sure all of us enjoy. I mean, working on our cars is cool and all, and watching people online and talking about them in videos is cool and all, but nothing beats getting out and driving our cars. You gotta just get out and drive your car around. It's really why we become so passionate about this hobby, and that's enjoying and experiencing our cars on the road. And there's no better time to do that than right now, when there's no traffic and you're forced to be by yourself, you're forced to drive alone. Just go on a cruise, no destination, drive around, cruise around, enjoy the streets with no traffic. So if you're gonna do that though, and you do need to buy gas, here's a little fun tip or a life hack or whatever you guys want to call it, but make sure you get a paper towel when you pump your gas, put it around there, or get something. Make sure you aren't touching that handle, because who knows how many people have gone in and out with that thing. But yeah, just make sure you stay safe out there, you guys, and that's gonna be it. That's number 5. Get out and drive. Guys, so that's gonna wrap up today's video. That's my top 5 list for a car guy's handbook to surviving self-distancing in 2020. Hope you guys could tell that this video was a little bit of a joke. It was kind of sarcastic, as us car guys, whether we think it or not, we're a little bit antisocial as it begins with. We spend most of our free time just sort of in our garage or in our driveway, working on our cars or going out on cruises by ourselves, in our car by ourselves, where We just kind of want to get lost and drive around with no real destination, etc. But, you know, in all seriousness, you guys, hope you guys stay in. Don't go out. Don't be stupid. Hope no one gets sick. And hopefully this whole thing blows over rather quickly. And until next time, you guys, thanks for watching this video. Hit subscribe, comment, like, whatever you guys want to do. Until next time, peace out.
Trying to be crazy, trying to be crazy. She wanted me honey. The bitch is a baby. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, I'm saying that. I can't cut it. I smoked up, I can't cut it.